It's starting to set in a little bit that I've put myself on a hamster wheel. It's not very different from working on the watchover and making videos every week. I'm now just doing it every day. I don't mind it nearly as much, but I'm still going to be chasing views all of the time. It's still going to be a constant fight uphill to stay relevant, to keep the momentum going, to get views, and to make money. But I suppose that kind of comes with the territory, right? Any game you play, and I don't mean like video games, I mean like any game, like learning a skill, starting a business. I use game in that way. Any game you play is always going to be an uphill battle. Eventually you will get to plateaus, or you'll get advantages that will allow you to coast for a little while, but you will always be fighting to stay relevant and continue to succeed. So I guess it shouldn't be surprising. However, it's just kind of set in today for some reason. I don't know what it is. I think it's looking at the first tier list I made for Clash that did so well, and then the second one is probably not going to do as well, which is fine. I think it was a weaker idea to begin with. But it's just kind of hit me today that, yeah, I'm going to be doing this like every day. And thinking about by the end of the year, I'll have uploaded 1,400 videos plus. That's an insane number. It's an insane number. It will be more videos in 1 year than I have uploaded in my entire lifetime of uploading videos before this channel. Excuse me. This is day, I'm not sure. I really want to start keeping the days in these again, because I will lose track of what I'm like, what day I'm on, how long I've been doing this. So I started on the 14th, right? And that was 2, 7, 14. This is day 15. It's only been 15 days of uploading super consistently until I become a successful personality. If I have a successful personality-based YouTube channel. There's a little bit of motion, right? Things are going up a little bit slowly but surely. We are making progress. The views on average have more, the videos have more views on average than they did before. I think some of them have significantly more. There's some threads to pull on. I don't know. Progress is being made at the very least. I'm tired though. I stayed up way too late last night, and I couldn't really come up with anything worth talking about today. I felt like I had some inspiration the last 2 days of things I wanted to talk about, but I also don't want to get into like preachy, guru, any kind of like of that territory, like self-improvement and the things that I've learned about it and trying to become the best possible version of yourself. Those are all things that are incredibly important to me. But I definitely don't want to talk about that stuff all the time. It's just other people do that, like it's I don't think that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't know, I guess we'll see. I'll do it here and there and we'll see what happens. If one pops off, maybe that's a sign that is what I'm supposed to be doing. But I think I'm just going to keep doing a lot of stuff and then find things that work and then double down on those things. I think that's what anybody would tell you to do. That's the common YouTube advice in general. Find the thing that works through trial and error and then double down on it until you are where you want to be. And I definitely did that on the watchover and it works. And then I took that same formula and tried it on so many other topics and channels and it works. So I found one thing that works. I'm certain I can find another thing that works. And I think I already have in a way. We have the one tier list video that's doing exceptionally well. The second one is doing better than every other video on the channel. So I think that's a sign that I can go back to that and try it again and try and come up with better ideas. And you guys have left me some ideas in the comments, so that's nice. That's helpful. I do look at them. I'm trying to answer every comment. I noticed some people being like anti-Semitic in the first tier list, which was super annoying, because I definitely am not going to be a creator that walks on eggshells, right? I'm definitely not going to be somebody who shies away from being myself, and I make some edgy jokes sometimes. I am not afraid to do that. But I'm also not going to allow people to actually be racist and like disgusting in the comments, or like I don't want those people watching. So that's a fine line to walk. Hold on, I gotta get water. It's a fine line to walk. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to navigate that. Because before on the watchover, I never did anything that was myself, so there was no reason to ever have to worry about it. Nobody ever talked about anything but Overwatch, and I could just ignore anybody's takes I didn't like or didn't want to have to argue with in the comments about on when it came to Overwatch. And kind of doing the same thing on the second tier list, I realized I messed up and it got too serious, right? As soon as you start talking about how skillful a card might be, or how unskillful or how annoying a card might be, people freak out and they suddenly have so many opinions. The opinions in the babysitting tier list, they felt like fun. Like people were like, no, I think that the witch could be a great, you know, babysitter because she's already a mom, and the executioner in the lore is actually a super kind guy, so I think he should have gone higher. That stuff feels like fun and not antagonistic. But then there's people in the latest video who are saying, like arguing about the skill gap of cards and how can a card be annoying if it's bad and stuff like that. And it just feels like it doesn't have the same kind of fun energy. Like people saying things like, Hog Rider is a skillful card, I think you should make tier lists again. Like, just felt like it got way too serious, which is unfortunate. I don't think it has to be that serious, and those people are kind of annoying because I don't want to argue about it either. But I guess that just comes with the territory, right, of doing something a little more personable than I have before. I think it might be harder to deal with the criticism this time around. With the watchover, it was always pretty easy to disconnect from any criticism, and honestly, I just assumed that everybody who was watching was a bot. Like, that's the way that I mentally cope with the sea of comments of people saying nice things and negative things, right? It's both. It comes both ways, and the way I dealt with it really was just going, they're all NPCs, they're all bots, they're not real people, right? That's the easiest way to just rationalize it away, so I don't have to deal with any of the mental weight. But here I think things will be very different because I'm trying to garner an audience of actual people who actually enjoy like hanging out with me. And when those people have opinions, I have to listen to them, I feel like. So it'll be very different. It'll be very different. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't know. I just I wanted to just ramble a little bit today. Didn't have anything super important to talk about. I want to make sure that I keep these raw and honest and authentic and give you a window into what this journey has been like so far and what it will be like in the future. I want to make sure I keep putting the day at the beginning of them after maybe a little intro so that I can keep track of them in case I accidentally forget to make one public again, like I did on the Why I Hate Everything I Make. It's easy to forget to make stuff public when you upload 4 videos a day, okay? So a lot of stuff to keep track of. But yeah, tired today, low energy, but we keep it pushing. So I will see you tomorrow, or in the rest of the videos I have to record today. Thanks.